Crypto market really isn't moving, and some people are down about that, but I'm going to tell you why I think this is a good sign. The fact that Bitcoin is still hovering around 94, 95,000 is pretty incredible. It has been holding well above the 90,000s for over a week now. Especially blue chip alts are hovering right kind of where they normally are. ADA is around 68 cents, 69, 67 cents, and it's just holding well. They're kind of like stable coins right now, and that's okay because it takes patience for the crypto market. Right now, we're dealing still with these Trump tariffs. It seems like I just saw a news report today that they're working on the India deal. That seems to be the really big one that's hopefully going to come down in a couple of days. And I think that's going to give the market some assurance that the Trump administration is actively working to try to get good trade deals out quickly. And we saw that the GDP for the first quarter for the United States kind of fell 0.3%. We're not in a recession yet. I mean, people are saying it's not looking good, but I'm still optimistic that these trade deals are going to come through. Global M2 is continuing to go up, and Bitcoin is following it just like clockwork, like it does every single time, even in this high interest rate environment. So optimistically, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But you know what? We need to have patience. And I keep telling myself this because I'm not going to lie. There are times where I'm like, gosh, to be honest with you, I honestly thought we'd be farther ahead in the bull market than where we are now. These Trump tariffs threw something into that makeup of the bull market. But you also know, and I actually was learning about this too just by looking at the charts. Every single bull market is extended ever since the 4-year cycle for Bitcoin has been created, right? And we have these bull market cycles, and every single bull market cycle, it just gets a little bit more extended. And honestly, 2021 could have even been further extended if it wasn't for the FTX collapse and all the nonsense that Sam Bankman-Fried was doing behind the scenes, shorting a bunch of stuff and everything like that. And then eventually, they had to hike up interest rates super fast. So I blame FTX for the last bull market and all the shenanigans that happened this time. Thankfully, we really haven't had anything this go around that has been as traumatic as the FTX collapse. And I think the tariff situation is going to get itself worked out. So even me, I keep telling myself I just got to be patient because we've never had a more bullish narrative. And quite frankly, if this bull market were to have ended right now and I'm just like in La La Land and we really are in a prolonged bear market, which I don't think we are, but some people still think that, then you know what? The narrative for crypto has never been stronger, and I know over the long term it's going to continue to go up because we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve, a digital asset stockpile for the United States. We have multiple U.S. states trying to do the same thing. I just even read that the city of Roswell, New Mexico is the first city to have a Bitcoin reserve which is pretty funny to think about that it's Roswell. So anyways, but again, we see new developments happening all over the place. Institutions are getting involved. BlackRock is like neck deep into crypto right now. They think everything's going to be tokenized, which is probably true. These are just things that you have to consider and take a look at. You have multiple countries getting into crypto and buying it. And yeah, I think we're going to end up being in this, eventually this kind of like this almost like kind of like mini, I don't want like a soft war, right? Of trying to get as many Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as possible for the strategic reserves, because Bitcoin especially, but also blue chip alts, especially ones that work with Bitcoin, they're going to be valuable in the future. This is the future. Like AI is the future. Nobody can tell me that blockchain and AI aren't going to continue to grow, because they will. So all in all, these are the narratives that I tell myself to tell myself. Long story short, have patience, Danny. Just have patience. The market is going to do its thing. We have zero control over it, but overall, there's more optimism in the market than I see negative. So let's see what the future holds.